I've had a Chevrolation. Hi everyone, welcome back to RC Pie. It's been a while. I've been away and then I've been really busy, but I'm back and I want to get a little bit of footage made. And first off, whilst I was away, a parcel arrived for me from FMS. So thanks a lot FMS for sending me this, much appreciated. Let's get it open and see what's inside. There we are, a Chevy K10 Cheyenne. Interesting that the manual isn't actually in the box. Strange, but there we go. So it's the FMS 1/18 scale Chevrolet K10, the FCX18. So they're now doing FCX24, FCX18, FCX10 to designate the scale of those vehicles. Quite a nice compact manual. I quite like that instead of an A4, an A5 manual. It's in multiple languages, so arguably a bit of a waste of paper rather than localizing, but we know that's cheaper, easier. It's got what you need, but not a lot more. The box itself, as usual, a nice box from FMS, lovely pictures on there. We've got good information on the back, information about that, about the license, about what's on there and the different colour options. We've got the dimensions of the truck on there as well. So it's a 199mm wheelbase. Don't know whether there's any sort of standard in 18th scale. I'm not sure whether I've got an 18th scale, have I? I'll have a think, and if I have, I'll put it alongside this to compare the size. So there are three colour options. We can see there's the orange, the red and the black. No idea which one I've got in here, so let's open it up and have a look. It's nice to see that FMS are continuing with their fully licensed vehicles. So we've got full licensing. We've even got a kind of hologram on there from GM showing that it is a proper Chevy license. Not quite the lovely carry case that you get with the 10th scale, with the Rock Hobby stuff. I say 10th scale, whatever, 8th scale, 7.8 scale, I don't know. But nonetheless, a secure and easy to open box, just split in two. So lift that lid off. Interesting to just see the transmitter sitting on the bed, but yeah, that's on the back of the bed there with a little bag on the handle. That's just to protect that bed, I guess, more than protecting the handle. An extra bit of padding again to protect the paintwork there. Oh, nice little bit of paper on the front, bit of tissue paper, and the car itself. Well, we can see it's the black one. What else is in here? We've got a little bag, and inside it's the charger. Your standard sort of RC cross wrench. So it's a balance charger, USB balance charger, so nothing too exciting there, and a little bag which would seem to contain some clips. There's what looks like it might be a tow hitch there, and a selection of different number plates, license plates for on the back. I don't know whether you can make those out, but different license plates with a sticky back. I'll open those up and I'll lay them out and we'll get a better shot of them. So as well as those Tennessee plates, we've got 3 alternatives, all with their own sticky backings. So we've got Missouri, South Dakota and Texas. So I think that is a lovely little extra to get with any scale RC. The truck itself looks very nice indeed. I'll peel that windscreen protector off. It's come with the bed open. I think that it looks like those are just some little clips that we'll use to hold that closed. So I'll just push those in. It's one of those things I don't want to be doing and redoing a lot. Now I can see that there are 4 holes in the edge of that bed, which is presumably to put the hard top on. Now I didn't know whether it came with a hard top or is that on a different model. I'll look into that. But yeah, it's clearly got those for putting some sort of hard top, cab back, I don't know what you call them, on there, but that's quite a nice thing. It's lovely. It's a very nicely detailed body. We've got door handles, we've got little mouldings of the locks. These mirrors are very nice indeed. Very, very nice. We've got lovely scale wipers on there. The grille itself, well, I mean, it's what can I say? It's very, very pretty. Great detail on there. It has got license plates already on. These ones are Tennessee license plates. So yeah, we've got that selection of other ones. Front and rear beautifully chromed bumpers. They are very, very nice. I mean, this is a bit of a stunner. The wheels, very nice chrome wheels. The tyres, they feel really nice. They feel really soft rubber, and they are quite soft, pneumatically, which should mean that you're going to get a reasonable amount of traction on those. It's a lovely thing. Oh, I can see that inside, now whether you'll be able to make this out, but inside there is a dashboard and a steering wheel, which is quite a nice feature, I think. Although there isn't a full interior, so there's no driver, there are no seats, just having that dash and that steering wheel will mean that when the light is through that, you'll still see a more realistic looking truck. In the bed, we've got, I mean, it's a nicely detailed bed as well, and Chevrolet written on the back, but we've got these cutouts for the tops of the shocks. No bad thing there. It's absolutely lovely, I've got to say. Very, very nice. First impressions, I like it. Right, a quick look at the transmitter. I don't know whether this is a proprietary transmitter or whether it's licensed from somebody else. Oh yeah, it says on FlySky. Right, so it is a FlySky unit. So that bodes well. It's 4-channel. It's relatively small, but not tiny. It's actually quite comfortable. In fact, I sometimes wish that your full-size transmitters, your 1/10 scale, were this size, because there's no need for them to be much bigger, really. So 4-channel, let's have a look what's on the top. We've got the power, obviously. We've got the steering dual rate, steering trim, and, throttle dual rate, throttle trim, steering dual rate, steering trim. We've got a bind button, 2 LEDs. We've got an LED for receiver battery, so we're having at least some level of telemetry here, which is always nice. Steering reverse and throttle reverse, and then we've got these dip switches. Now the first one is for whether it's forward reverse or forward brake reverse. The second dip switch is for LiPo or nickel metal hydride battery, and then the next 2 have various different settings to moderate the drag brake strength from 0 to 100%, so that's pretty good. On the side we've got a channel 3 switch. This is a 3-position switch. Now that's for the twin speed box, so the central is just kind of neutral, so that's not going to engage the gearbox at all. We've got low speed and high speed on that, and channel 4 I believe is for the different lights settings, so we'll have a look at those in a minute. So the truck itself, as we said, is very, very nicely detailed. It's very nicely finished. It is a painted body. It's got a hood that lifts up as well, which is where we should find the battery. Look in there. Yeah, we've got a LiPo in there. Now, quite a nice arrangement with this is you've got a rubber strap for fastening the battery in. So 7.4 volt, 900 milliamp hour LiPo 2S. That's pretty good for a truck of this size. So that battery strap can just back on there. We can see in there that's a combined receiver and speed controller, so that'll be another FlySky unit, and it has got some empty ports for expanding, I guess, for expanding the lights. Now this bonnet or hood it's a little bit tricky. It's got a kind of sliding mechanism so that it will stay up, I think, yeah. But then you need to push it back in before you push it down. Be careful with that or you'll break the hinges. So let's have a look underneath. We've got a twin speed box in here. You can see the servo there for operating the twin speed. We've got plastic drive shafts, telescopic drive shafts, plastic axles, metal links, so 4 link on the back, and it's this kind of hybrid 3-4 link. I'm not sure what you'd call it. It's like a wishbone, the upper link. So it's 2 places at the centre of the car and 1 on the axle, which should mean that you're not going to get that side-to-side movement quite as much as you might with a 4-link. You know, some might argue that a 3 plus Panhard would be better. Some might argue this is better, but I don't know whether that's true to scale with the Chevy K10. But it certainly works, and it's still giving us good articulation there. So that's nice. Yeah, as I said, these are steel links. Very, very small ball ends on those. Plastic ball ends. But overall it looks quite nice. We've got portals here. We've got plastic portals, but they are supposed to have metal internals, those, which is quite nice. And you can get metal upgrades for quite a lot of this. You can get metal upgrade drive shafts, metal upgrade diffs. So that's quite nice that there are upgrades in place from FMS already. It's a C-section, is it C-section chassis? Yes, C-section chassis. There are other holes in this chassis, so whether that's for using the chassis on the different models, don't know, I would imagine so. We've got servo on axle, so we are going to have that slightly better performance with that, and it's got one heck of a servo saver on here. So if I try and steer now, I'm not actually moving the servo at all. It's just using the servo saver, which isn't a bad thing when you're talking about these tiny servos that just haven't got that power. That's probably not a bad thing whatsoever. But overall, I think this looks like a really tidy little chassis, and I'm looking forward to giving it a drive because it looks like it might be a performer. Right, we better get it switched on. So I've put 4 AA batteries in the transmitter. They don't come with it, so it's not 100% ready to run, but I've put those in. Switch that on. We've got an LED. open the bonnet, the hood, and now there's a push button switch here, which is unusual, but push button switch, and we've got power. Now I'm going to try, can you hear the servo? So that's the gearbox. So this is in first gear. That's nice. Brake and then reverse. I like that. What's the overall speed of it? Reasonable. Put it in high gear. Have I got that control? Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna give it full whack. Wow. That looks fairly nippy. I'm not going to do any more of that on the desk. Let's just have a look, see if we can see, get an idea of the wheel speed. Put it in low gear again. And then in high speed. That's a big difference and quite nice to see. And it feels smooth, it feels nice. Now, we'll have a look at these lights and what the setup is with that. We saw they came on when I turned it on, but I'm just going to prop this up so you can see a bit better. There we go. So this is the channel 4 button. So I'll press that. Oh, let's see if it's got indicators. So no indicators there. If I press it once, then we've got lights, indicators. And there's no indicators on the rear, and there's no indicators on the repeaters. Indicators, for anyone across the pond, that's turn signals. I'll press it again. Oh, we've got slightly lighter, slightly brighter headlights, lights on the back, and indicators still. Press it again. Right, now we've got the hazard lights going, but there aren't any on the rear at all. That's quite interesting. So whether you could add those, I guess you could add those. And then press again, and we've got off with turn signals. Press again. We've got off without. Hooray! You can turn them off. What a shame that you can't have headlights on and no turn signals. That wasn't an option, was it? No. I'm looking at the screen currently to see what's going on, if you wonder why I'm looking past the camera. Just check one more thing. So, right, when you have got headlights on, the rear lights are on. If you don't have the headlights on, actually, right, so we do get a strengthened rear light for brakes. So I'm turning the headlights off, that's completely off, and there's no light. But if I apply the brake lights come on. That's quite nice. That's how it should be. Overall, pretty good job on the lights. Pretty good job. Just a shame you've not added that one extra thing of headlights on and no turn signals. Please, somebody. Please. Maybe I'll just disconnect them. I don't know. But, looking pretty good. I don't know what else there is to say about it now, other than it's a beautiful object. It looks like it's got good running gear. It feels like an okay weight as well. I just want to get out and drive it. I really, really do. So please stay tuned to the channel to see what I get up to with this little thing. I'll try and get some nice footage as soon as I can. and let you know how it performs. So yeah, subscribe. I can't even say it. Subscribe if you haven't, please. Click that bell if you want notifications as to when new videos are out, and we will see you again very soon on RC Pie. Thanks for watching.